So today's question is, why should one fear crowds? Because a crowd colors us. No one man has ever committed such sins as have been committed by crowds. If the mob is angry, you feel anger arising within you. If the crowd is weeping and wailing, you begin to weep and scream as well. If the crowd is happy, you forget all your problems and become happy with the crowd. Now observe. You go to a household where someone has passed away. Many people are crying. Suddenly you find that you also feel like crying. And at that time, you will feel that you are a very compassionate person, filled with love and pity. Or perhaps you might think the tears come because of sympathy. But is that really true? Let us reflect. When you were at home, when the news came that this man had died, when you were alone, you felt no love or compassion or sympathy for the bereaved family. It is more likely that you actually felt annoyed. He has died. So what is so special about it? Life and death happen all the time. But now you are expected to go to his house and show your sympathy, as if you had nothing better to do. And why did he have to die today? You're so busy. This is the way you would have thought. But when you get to his house and find yourself amongst the mourning crowd, you find that your feelings have changed. You too will feel as the crowd feels. But this feeling is not worth a penny. In fact, it is dangerous. It is the crowd that is affecting you. Because beware of this feeling, sympathy is not coming from your heart. Now, let's look at it differently. We must have seen people who are normally unhappy and weighed down with sorrow. Suddenly, when Holi comes, they dance with joy. The festival of colors, they dance, they sing, they throw colored powders at each other. What happens to these people who don't know what joy is in their everyday lives? These same people normally move about like zombies, and now they've started dancing. What has come over them? Once again, it is the color of the crowd. Osho says the seeker should be aware of the crowd. He says, search for your own voice, your own tune. The crowd has always been pushing and prodding us along. It can mold us into whatever it wishes to. Why does this actually happen? It happens because we do not feel our separateness. Whenever we get the opportunity, we promptly lose our separateness, and we are forever ready to lose it. That is why the 8th sutra of Shiv Sutras says, Gnanam Jagrat. Knowledge is waking. Constancy of knowledge is the waking state. To be aware of everything around you is the waking state. We have 3 states: waking, dream, and deep sleep. When we pass through the first state, we are one with it. When we reach into the second, we are one with it. When we reach into the third, we become one with it as well. Therefore, we cannot see the 3 states separately. To see, we need a little distance, a perspective. There must be some space between you and the object. If we stand right against a mirror, we will not be able to see ourselves, our reflection. A little distance is necessary. But we are so close to waking, dreaming, and sleeping states that we become one with them. We are then colored by them. This habit of becoming one with others is so ingrained that we are not even conscious of it. And this habit is being exploited. If those around us are happy, we are happy. If they are sad, we are sad. So the question is, do we exist as a separate entity? Or are we just a center that gets lost in the surroundings? Do we have an existence, a center? And Osho says we do, and that is the soul. So he says, awaken your being, save yourself from drowning. That is why all religions are against alcohol, which in itself is not bad for the simple reason that it is a device of losing oneself. All religions are in favor of awakening. He who is drinking alcohol is drowning. Religion is against all those things that drag you into oblivion, that make you unconscious. As it is, we are almost unconscious. We have a little ray of awakening, and we are eager to lose that even on the slightest pretext. In the West, psychologists advise people to forget themselves if they wish to remain happy. In the East, religious teachers tell us that you can be healthy only if you awaken yourself. These are two contrary concepts, but both are meaningful. The Western psychologist accepts us as we are. Then under these circumstances, he tries to help us to live as best as we can. So he is right when he says, forget yourself. To be more conscious is sometimes dangerous because we will be filled with anxiety. We will start seeing things as they are, and nothing in life is as it should be. Everything is in confusion and chaos. So the best thing is to shut the eyes and forget about it. And what is the need to look at all these problems? But the Eastern master does not accept you as you are. He says, you are ill, you are diseased, you are confused and bewildered. Even if your anxieties increase and you become more restless, it does not matter. That is the way to transformation, to revolution. It's just like this. A man suffers from cancer and there is no cure for him. He's given morphine just to help him forget the pain. But the Eastern teachers say that morphine cannot transform life. They say awaken the person. Then only is transformation possible. Man as he is neither the initial nor the ultimate stage of his journey. At times he has not even started the journey. He is standing outside the gate. He has not entered yet. There is the possibility of supreme bliss, but not in the state in which we are currently, sleepy and drowsy. Osho gives us the difference between happiness and bliss. He says happiness is the state in which the faint ray of consciousness is awakened within us. And then that is also put to sleep. Then we are not aware, conscious of any pain. Whereas Anand, bliss, is the state in which the slight ray of our consciousness becomes the vast sun and the darkness is banished completely. Happiness is negative, insensitivity to pain. We have a headache, we take an aspirin. It gives us happiness, but not bliss. That tablet helps us forget the headache. It makes us insensitive to the pain. This sutra, Gnanam Jagrat, will lead us to the total remembrance of who we are. So Osho says, keep away from all that makes us drunk, insensitive, or unconscious. And there are so many easy ways of becoming unconscious. We are so thoroughly possessed by them that we are not even aware of them. For example, a man is mad after eating. He keeps on eating. It may not have occurred to us, but he is making the same use of food as another makes use of alcohol. Excess food will bring on sleep. The more we eat, the deeper we sleep. And and if you look at it, the day we fast, we can't even sleep well. Food brings on drowsiness. So a man who indulges in eating all day long is seeking forgetfulness through food. Another man's obsession is ambition. He will not rest until he has amassed millions of pounds. Till then, he is like a madman. Day and night, may it be dawn or dusk, it doesn't matter. There is only one calculation in his mind: millions. He is completely dedicated to his calculation. He is not bothered by anything else. His eyes are focused on the millions. Till the day he reaches his target, he will be gripped by anxiety. Then he will discover that it was all in vain. He has attained his millions, but what next? We hear a great deal about knowing ourselves, our soul. But if we really reflect, we will realize how many tricks we actually employ to avoid encountering the soul. Buddhas say, when the soul is known, bliss reigns and nectar showers. Kabir says, clouds of nectar thunder and nectar showers on you. But this happens at the very end. In the beginning, we have to go through some pain and suffering. We have to destroy every deception that we have created over infinite lives. And each of them is difficult to part with because deception has given us an illusion of comfort, a sweet drowsiness in which we lose ourselves. And now we have to shatter it. Shattering these concepts is very painful. Without shattering the concepts, we will never be able to reach there, where clouds fill with nectar and bliss pours in torrents. The journey towards the goal is called tapascharya, practice. So we need to begin with the waking state, and then we should carry on this practice into the dream and the deep sleep state. This, masters, is where our daily practice of meditation will help us. Thank you, everyone, for joining the meditation and wisdom sharing sessions. Please feel free to unmute yourself and share any experience or any wisdom. Thank you.
Yes, Dattaji, you have unmuted.
Hello. Yes, it was very well explained. And yes, I do agree that very often that kind of experiences I pass through. And it becomes a kind of, sometimes I feel I'm deluding myself and then come back to myself. And then, as Dinesh Bhai was explaining, can't see Dinesh Bhai.
No, yeah, I'm here. Continue.
Right, okay. But as Dinesh Bhai was explaining, I come back to my honest introspection and then accept whatever it is without reasoning. It sometimes really helps that it passes away. And yes, it was very well explained. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Masters, thank you very much for joining this evening's sessions, and continue to let us all continue to meditate and listening to such wisdom sharing sessions. Namaste, everyone.